name is Madison and I attend Shawnee High School, and I'm a senior. The most difficult thing that I've had to overcome because of the COVID-19 outbreak has definitely been facing the fact that I took everything for granted. I took going to school for granted. I took waking up those dreaded 7 a.m. mornings and driving to school for granted. I took seeing my friends in the parking lot for granted. I took seeing my favorite teachers for granted. I took sitting in a classroom and not having to listen to a teacher lecture over a Zoom call for granted. I took having lunch with my friends every single day for granted. I took playing sports for granted. Everything. And that is one thing that I will never do again. This outbreak, if anything, has taught me to cherish all of the little moments that you can possibly think of, because you're not guaranteed to have them again. The other hard thing has been losing everything that we've been looking forward to since middle school or elementary school or even high school, if you're just looking forward to it then. We don't get a senior trip. We don't get a prom. And graduation's up in the air. Don't know what's going to happen with that, and that is heartbreaking. I have had my fair share of breakdowns about it and long talks with my parents about it and just trying to come to terms with everything. Some of the good things that have come out of it have been learning to not take things for granted and bringing me and my family close together and bringing my friends, honestly, closer together. None of us realized how much we all needed each other until we weren't able to see each other, or until the only way we got to communicate with each other was through text or FaceTimes. Another good thing that I've seen is that going along the lines of family again, it's bringing me closer with everyone in my life, not just my immediate family, not just my mom, dad, brother, or sister. I have always been super close with my grandparents. Always. They have always been one of my number one supporters, and I feel like this outbreak has kind of brought us closer because I am calling them constantly, checking up on them, like, if you need anything, let me know. Like, I will go out and get it for you rather than you leaving the house. And I will drop it on your front porch, and we have done that multiple times. And then that's another thing that I took for granted, honestly, is seeing them all the time. Whether it be giving them a hug. Like, I miss being able to hug them. I miss being able to see them. I miss being able to have a conversation with them without having to be a certain distance apart or wearing masks. And as far as my plans for next year go, I will be continuing my education at John Carroll University, where I will be playing on the women's lacrosse team as well, which is huge for me because I didn't get a spring lacrosse season this year. I didn't get my senior season, which I know there are hundreds of thousands of other student athletes who are going through the exact same thing that I am. But the thing that I am very blessed and thankful for is that I have been given the opportunity to play at a higher level, and I'm getting a chance to play again, whereas some people, they didn't get a last game, or they didn't know that it was their last game when they played. And that's something that my coaches have always been so hard on, is you don't know when your last game is going to be. Like, you could walk out on that field and get an injury, and you could be out for the rest of your career. So you have to play every game like it's your last, and that is something that will stick with me because I didn't know that my last high school game was my last game. And that is absolutely heartbreaking to me. The fact that I didn't cherish it enough to know that that was my last game that I would be playing on that field that I've grown up playing on. The coronavirus outbreak has brought a lot of things to light, and it's also brought a lot of darkness to some things, but you always have to find a way to look through it because everyone is missing out on something because of this. It's not just the seniors in high school. Everyone, whether it be you're in the military and you can't come and see your family, or you're missing out on your mom's birthdays, or your dad's birthdays, or anyone that you care about. You can't go and see them. Everyone is missing out on something that has been important to them or that they've been looking forward to. Like weddings, too. That's another big one. you just have to put everything in perspective and see, like, yes, it's hard to deal with a lot of things sometimes, but you have to prioritize certain things, and you have to take a step back and realize, like, I'm not the only one that is impacted by this. It is a global thing, and everyone is dealing with some sort of emotion. Everyone has hardships, and everyone has feelings about it. Everyone has been hurt or depressed or upset or heartbroken in some way by this, whether it be from losing someone or missing out on something that you've been looking forward to for years or even months or even a day and you weren't able to do it. Everyone is missing out on something, and that's just something that everyone has to think about.